I haven't seen anything like that in my long activist life. I'm an activist since 2007, so I'm around for 13 years, and I haven't seen protests spreading so far. The importance of this protest is that it's not just Moscow, St. Petersburg, or the biggest cities. The protest is happening even in smaller cities of Russia, and that's really crucial. But also another thing that I haven't seen throughout this 13 years is the reaction, because we are seeing unbelievable repressive wave against political activists. Thousands are arrested. People are facing jail time, including Masha Alyokhina, who is a member of Pussy Riot. She's a co-founder of Pussy Riot, who spent 2 years in jail with me, and now she's facing another 2 years in jail. She's under house arrest currently.
And Nadya, were you out on the streets yourself?
I wasn't coordinating it from, I'm part of the media team, so I'm in charge of coordinating protesters from the outside.
But we all saw those pictures, as you touch on there, of the response from the authorities, the thousands upon thousands of riot police out on the streets of major Russian cities. What does that tell us about President Putin and his supporters? Just how worried are they?
Well, yeah, it's a common stasis, actually. Why Putin would be so scared and send all these police to the streets to confront peaceful protesters if he is so sure about his approval rating? It's been like a common mistake that I've heard from people a lot. Many people thought that Putin has actually have big approval rating, but the thing is, you can't really talk about approval ratings in authoritarian countries, right? You have to see the broader picture, and the broader picture is that Alexei Navalny, who is the leader of Russian opposition, currently jailed, his latest video gained 100 million views on YouTube over just a week, which covers more than half of Russia. Almost every adult Russian citizen has watched that documentary about Putin's palace on the Black Sea, about his corruption and about his crimes. So if you see the picture in whole complexity, you will see that Putin doesn't have that much support in 2021.
And are you worried about Alexei Navalny? Of course, he faces court tomorrow for violating his parole, for missing a hearing with his parole officer because he was recovering from being poisoned in a hospital in Germany. We're hearing he could face something like 3.5 years in jail.
That's impossible. The cruelty and hypocrisy just that doesn't make sense. The cruelty and hypocrisy of the Russian government, because first they poison him and then they say that he is missing the parole hearing. 3.5 years is a really comfortable amount of time for the Kremlin, because they will be able to transfer the power nicely and smoothly from Putin to Putin, as they're planning to do in the next few years. And definitely they do not want to have Alexei Navalny, the biggest Putin critic, around for this transition.
People in the United Kingdom, people in so many countries that love freedom, watching with horror what's been taking place on the streets of those Russian cities, as we've discussed. Is there anything more that you think? I mean, we've heard condemnations from the new American presidents, from the foreign secretary here in the United Kingdom. Is there anything more practical, though, that could be done to put pressure on President Putin from your point of view?
Yeah, I think it should be personal sanctions. You should follow the money, because one thing you need to understand about Russian elites is that they call themselves patriots, but they're not really they're not really living in Russia. So their families, their kids, and most of their time they're actually spending outside of Russia. So if Europe, United States, and all those countries where our bureaucrats, our elites actually like to live, if they would investigate where this money come from, they will see that this money are stolen from Russian people and this money are illegal. So I would say personal sanctions, never sanctions against Russian citizens, because Russian citizens need to feel like they can actually at some point be part of the free world, and they don't. I don't want anyone to feel threatened by the West, because that's what our government does. They say, "Oh, the Western countries are going to put sanctions against you personally." But what we need to do, what you need to do, is to make sanctions against Putin and his cronies.
Well, Nadya Tolokonnikova, it's been very good talking to you. You're a very brave young woman. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much.